Alrighty folks, hello again YouTube, I'm Dustin Cormier. You guys are watching How to Rock a Campfire. So today's episode is The Needle and the Damage Done by Neil Young. I love Neil Young, classic Canadian content. This is a YouTube request by YouTube user Travi Allen. And so I hope this works out for you, Travi. I'm hoping you guys know that this isn't the easiest song to sing, so I'm probably going to butcher it, but whatever. As long as I show you guys the guitar parts, that's really what I care about. So how I play this song is we go like this. We start off and kind of accent on that low D note a little bit. The accent, and then you climb up, and then you hit the suspended fourth note, which is the D suspended fourth. You're kind of pedaling between. There's kind of like a pedal between the low D note and the third fret of the B string, which is another D note, right? D, 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 and then you kind of have the same thing when you go down to the C style chord. So we're starting off on our D. As you guys can see here, hopefully, we're starting off on our D chord. The next chord that we go to, I usually I'll bar my first finger on the second fret of the G string, the B string, and the high E string, and then I'll put my third finger on the third fret of the B, and that makes like the D chord. And then when you go to that C chord, you can keep that high D chord going with the C on the bass, right? So you do that rhythm for the starting, suspended fourth to the regular, and then same thing for the C/D. And then the last note you should hit should be that open E. Then you go to, it's a G6 with a B on the bass, okay? And you're going to hit the B note first and sort of accent it. And then you're going to, you go B and then the third fret of the B string, which is the D, right? B, D, and then open G, and then the high E, right? Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. I'm putting a little bit of sort of accented like rhythm to it, so you can hopefully you can kind of hear that. And then literally from this G6/B, you're gonna go into the B flat, and this is some kind of crazy chord. I guess you could call it a G minor sixth with the bass on the B flat. I don't know. Take your pick. But that's all you're doing from that third chord. You're just taking your first finger and bringing it down one fret. And then you're keeping the same rhythm. So what you want to do for this song is you really want to just sort of, except for the first chord where you hit this D note, after you hit that D note, you really want to just sort of ignore that low D string for the rest of the song. So that's pretty much the hardest part of the song. I'm going to show that one more time in slow motion so we can kind of get it. So do you see the pedaling effect that I got going on? I'm doing the, well, I'll tell you the strings without the notes on them, okay? You're going A string, B string, G string, E string. A string, B string, G string, E string. Low A string, then up to the high B string, then lower down to the G string, then high up to the high E string. Okay, hopefully that's not too confusing. And then from here we go into our basic C chord. And what he does is he goes, he accents the C note, then has an upstroke, down, chuck, down, chuck. You do the down on the C, then upstroke, and then you accent a hammer on the D string on the 2nd fret. And then you do the upstroke after that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if what we're doing is we're going from our C, and then so you use your 2nd finger to go to the 2nd fret of the G string on that part from the C, which is leading up to the F. And then he goes to an F chord, and interestingly, he was making like that basic bass riff, you know, bam, 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 bam. Except instead of saying on the C chord, he goes to the F chord on the B flat part. So this makes it sound like you're going from a C chord to an F suspended 4th to a regular F, to an F suspended 2nd, and then to a regular F again, okay? And what I mean by that is when you go to, after that C, when you play the F chord, you basically, it's like you're doing an F chord without, not a 4-fingered F chord, but a 3-fingered F chord, and you put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the G string, and that's what makes your F suspended. That's what makes your F suspended 4th, okay? And you're going to hit that suspended 4th note, which is the B flat, and then you're going to take it off, and then, so it's the same rhythm. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, right? So you'll notice when I'm going from this C chord, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then when you go to the F chord, you've got your 1st finger barring the 1st and 2nd, the 1st fret of the B and the E string, and that's what gives it that the F sound. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and the note you're accenting is the B flat, which is the 3rd fret of the G, then the 2nd fret of the G, and then the open G, and then the 3rd fret of the D string, which is the F. And then he does something kind of a cool little thing, which is basically, he's doing, you go to an E suspended 4th chord to an E major chord, which leads back into the D, which totally doesn't even make sense musically, but Neil Young pulls it off. So after that F, he changes the rhythm a bit and goes, you make the chord shape of that E suspended 4th, and you go G, B, E, right? Those are the strings you're hitting. G, B, E, and then the D string. Except you don't have the upstroke for those initial 3 notes. Okay? So from your E chord, you're going G, B, E, then the D string, then upstroke, then the A string, then another upstroke, right? So notice that sometimes I actually do stick with the D chord, and then I go to that C chord with the F sharp in there. And then the only one I won't do it for is the B flat. I think that that's what Neil Young does. Try it out, listen to it, try it with both. I think it's easier to do the version I was talking about at first, where you're just going D, and then you just take your second finger off and you put it on the 3rd fret of the A, and then you just deal with the chords like that. And then the way I sometimes usually do it is when I keep that F sharp note there by barring my 1st finger over the 2nd fret of the last 3 strings. And then I do the same thing for the G, the G6 with the B on the bass. I keep my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the E. It's kind of a give or take thing. It's really up to you guys. I'll do both, and then you can decide for yourselves which one you think kind of sounds better. I use both, so anyway, hopefully that's not too confusing for you guys. So yeah, this is The Needle and the Damage Done, requested by Trevi Allen, YouTube user Trevi Allen. Hope you dig it, Trevi, and I hope you guys all dig it as well. Gotta love Neil Young. Canadian content, woo! Alright. And now I'll throw out my voice. I caught you knocking at my cellar. I love you, baby, can I have some more? Oh, the damage done. I hit the city and I lost my band. I watched the needle take another man. Gone, gone. I sing this song because I love the man. I know that some of you don't understand. Milk blood to keep from running out. I've seen the needle and the damage done, a little harder than in everyone. But every chunk is like a setting sun. There you go, folks. That was The Needle and the Damage Done by Neil Young. Classic Canadian content. And I hope you guys dug that one. I hope I did it justice. I'm not sure if I did, but you guys can let me know. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys next week.